Talking about the budgets for the teams, they each look seem like they have a big budget. Now Brighton is on top of the table at the moment, and Arsenal is in third. But people are not worried so much about Brighton. They're worried more about Arsenal being up there and what will happen to them as time goes by. It's that's one of the events that will be taking place over the weekend, the English Premier League. There's also the FKF Premier League. You know, it's kicking off over the weekend as well.
Yeah. I think Tusker starting away in Bandari.
Yes, I could give you the whole of that as well. Yeah. And it's looking like the competition is on at the moment. People have been doing their recruitment. It wasn't very vibrant in terms of the market. Now this one is postponed, Kakamega Homeboys versus KCB. That's because Homeboys are playing an international match now. There you are, Bandari versus Tusker. Yeah. Now these two teams are very well known to you.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know, and 2016. When we won the Kenyan Premier League, I think our 3 points against Bandari in Mombasa was so vital.
That time you were playing for Tusker?
Yes, exactly. Yes. And I think we won 1-0. So this is a big game. And I remember last season, Tusker lost the league almost on the crossing line.
At the wire?
Exactly. Actually, in fact, the league and also the Betway Cup.
Yes.
So it was so painful, and I think for Matano, he doesn't want to take another chance. Okay. I think he's going for the maximum. But again, a tricky one, because Bandari now, they changed the coach, and I think they have really done so well in pre-season. So of course, also they have new players who want to win, and it's a tricky one. Zoya against Ulinzi Stars, another big one. Remember last season, at one particular time, anyone could tell you that this time Zoya could do something, you know. And against Ulinzi, of course, they didn't have a good season last season, but against Zoya Sugar, away in Bungoma, it's another tricky fixture for Ulinzi. But again, Zoya have lost a couple of players.
Yes,
almost
they have.
The entire first 11.
Yeah, they have been raided.
Exactly, to other teams. So maybe before they rebuild, Ulinzi can have a chance. Gor Sofapaka.
This is Gor Mahia versus your former team. What used to happen before that game, before that big game?
When I was at Sofapaka,
yes,
I think by then we had you know, the numbers in the stadium. The games were televised.
Yes,
Gor Mahia having a big following. For us, we used to do one thing. When we go to play against Gor Mahia, we make sure we silence the crowd. How? They don't have the ball. Once the crowd are silent,
you can play the game.
But if they stand up,
because they used to say that as long as you keep the ball away from Gor Mahia for the first 20 minutes, you can beat them.
You know, the fans are frustrated. They start putting pressure to the players. Then you have a chance. But I think last season, of course, congratulations, they are defending champions. They started so slowly, but along the way they picked up. But remember, they had a couple of issues. You know, not signing the players.
Correct.
You know, there were bans. They used a couple of youth players, and I think in the process also they have benefited because they have used their own players.
They have nurtured the young talent.
Talent from the
Let's look at the next page then on what's going to be happening over the weekend, because there'll be matches being played on 26th and 27th as well. Posta Rangers versus Bidco, Leopards versus Talanta.
Yeah, Rangers Bidco.
A lot of stories about Leopards at the moment. The only problem. And you know Leopards very well as well. Did you play for Leopards as well?
Yeah,
you did. Yes. And you know the politics with it as well. You know, talking big. Oh, we have a new kit now. We have a new bus.
Yeah, it's a competition between AC Leopards and Gor. Outside the field, inside the field. So it depends. It goes down to the players. You need to have characters, because when you focus more on the politics side, then you lose it. But I think they have done a couple of signings, good signings.
Good signings.
They have Katasi from Zoya. I think almost 3-4 players from Zoya Sugar. So I think they'll give them an edge over Talanta.
Look at that final fixture there: Shabana versus Muranga Seals, the two promoted teams.
A good one.
I think it's a derby. This would be called the derby.
Have rivals, you know. Yes. Their last season when they are playing on in the NSL league, you know, these two fixtures, there's controversies. The one team could go in Muranga, don't play, I don't know. The rain is too much. The same way Muranga goes to Shabana, the field is not playable, and I think it's a good one. And if you ask me, I will watch.
You will watch it.
If I can manage, I can watch Shabana versus Murangasira.
Okay. Well, the Cricket Kenya Women's League finals will also be played this coming weekend. Plus, of course, there is the EPL fixtures as well. There are matches that are being played Saturday and Sunday in the English Premier League. They're all big matches. There is none that you can say is smaller than the others. So basically, that's what is going on over the weekend. Kothbiro is still going on in Ziwani as well. We'll be expecting the teams that went to Rwanda in the schools games to be coming back as well. And we will be welcoming them back. I've seen your comments. You're saying, yes, Faith is actually the greatest of all. There is no one else who can be nominated for that. Others are saying, yes, we have faith in Kenya. All other things can stay back at the moment. So congratulating Faith Kipyegon for her win. I'll give you a moment, Captain, then to say your last words. What do you think is going on in the country at the moment? Is it an air of hope now?
Well, I think if you look at all the fields, just the same way Situma has said, Waziri is trying to do everything from the field.
Waziri came under fire, under so much fire
I know,
the other day. But
I felt, Bernard, look, I am talking, and I'm privileged, to have James Situma here, who was also playing himself. You see, I was able, when I was running, I was able to see the Moist ministers, the Kibaki ministers, the Uhuru ministers, and the current now regime that we have. And I think, without mincing my words, Waziri has done so much in the field of sports, such that we should not just be bashing someone and allowing politicians to say what they want. I don't know what Situma thinks about.
What do you think about that, Situma? Maybe just one comment from what you heard or what you saw happening in the floor of the Senate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and it's hard for me to talk about politics, but I'll say what I know because I happened to attend that Talanta Hela function at Safari Park, and I was so happy because we have to start somewhere. For the first time, I personally seeing those people who did well for this country being honored, given some prizes, and I remember one word that Waziri said when he was given this job, everything was in disorder, because he said he inherited like a rotten house, Our players are facing, maybe our athlete is facing the doping issues, For the football, we are having the match fixing issues, We are suspended. We are not playing in the CAF leagues,
Yes.
And also, what he emphasized that we need to nurture the upcoming talents.
Okay.
And what he said again, this money that we have for sports, it has to go to the people who are involved directly in sports. I don't know, maybe that's something that people don't want.
I don't know, but I think some of the accusations were unfair, to be honest, and some of them were observations, not really accusations, and some of them he couldn't have done anything about at the moment. Exactly. When you're talking about some athletes wanted the minister to give them moral support in Budapest. Yet again, there are austerity measures cutting down costs here, which we should be happy about. Exactly. That is around. Another one, obviously, was just talking about something else altogether, talking about the games being in Buddhism. I don't know where that is. I mean, really, some of them were really choreographed and didn't look good. But we do know that there are things that have gone wrong. I don't know if he's the one who's responsible, but I think from what he has done so far, we are on the right track.
Within 9 months.
Yes. Because again, doping is an individual thing. I'm sorry, we're running out of time, but I mean, how can he control doping?
And this is something individual, But he was able to save Kenya from being banned.
From banned, being banned completely. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think then we will have another day to discuss all those things as well. We've got to end it there for now. Time is not on our side. Situma, thank you very much for coming to talk to us. It was a myriad of issues that we were discussing, but we are happy that you were on top of it.
Okay.
And we hope to tap into your, immense experience another time again when you come to talk to us.
Nashukuru sana, nataka niende Ethiopia.
You should put him in the next two.
He's talking about my prowess in the Ethiopian Premier League as a commentator. Capitano, thank you very much as well. And hope to see you again next week. We have to go now. We thank you for your comments. I can see them. I can't read all of them, but we are happy. And we also do agree with you that Faith is actually the greatest of all time in terms of women athletes. Goodbye for now. See you next week.